If you're just coming into your own sense fashion-wise, or maybe you're entering young adulthood, the start of your professional career, and you're hoping to elevate your wardrobe staples by stepping up from brands like SHEIN, Temu, random Amazon finds, ZARA, H&M, trust me, I've been there, I understand, and that's why I want to make your journey a little bit easier by sharing several brands that I've had success with when I was at this stage in my life. These are places I found amazing quality pieces at prices I'm sure you would appreciate. I'll start with Uniqlo, which is a Japanese founded and inspired brand. And just think essentials, basics, the most versatile, functional wardrobe staples. Nothing too flashy, but everything useful. And it's one of my go-to brands, but I hardly go to them simply because the pieces are so good, so high quality, so long lasting that when I do get something, I don't have to replace it that often, so I don't end up going to the store that much, but I'll always sing their praises. The quality is so good for the price that I often wonder to myself if we're being reverse scammed. But it really boils down to that Japanese inspiration and culture of maintaining high levels of quality and craftsmanship, even in a fast retail space, which is where Uniqlo stands. My two favorite pieces from them in all of my collection are this white tee that I got from them. I'm not really a white t-shirt person, but I've been influenced over and over that you need to have a white tee in your capsule collection, and I've tried so many. I've tried the more popular ones, and this is where it's at for me. This is the perfect, crisp looking, soft t-shirt that kept me cool during the summer. I absolutely love it. I loved their ribbed version of this. I have it in a different color. The white didn't work out for me because it got stained immediately, but I also have it in this color, and it's one of my favorite tees. I also have this shirt that I've worn to almost every interview I've had since I've purchased it. It is something I don't have to turn my brain on to think about because it just fulfills a tenet of a simple, useful, versatile, and functional piece, which is exactly what you'll get when you go to Uniqlo. And trust me, when you go searching for yourself, you're going to be surprised by the price point because you're still seeing items made of natural fibers like wool, cashmere, even the Supima cotton, but they also have their own technology for different seasons. They are definitely ahead of the game when it comes to creating fabrics that are useful, performance-based fabrics. So heat tech is very popular during the winter to keep people warm. During the summer, they have their airism, and I just love that despite the fact that this is considered a fast fashion brand, it offers this level of quality, and I would recommend anyone to check out Uniqlo. Next up are two diffusion lines from one of our favorite fashion houses, and that's Polo and Lauren from Ralph Lauren. And these, in a way, target two different types of audiences, but I still think would be useful for someone who is starting out in this type of young professional setting. So when it comes to Polo, I would suggest their Oxford shirts, their tees, of course their polos, their blazers, and their cable knit sweater-like items. I see these as more professional, semi-casual type things. This is what you want to wear to work events, networking events. This line is still considered mid-tier, especially when it comes to pricing. Obviously, it still maintains the prestige of the luxe house Ralph Lauren, and the quality is also very much there. I've definitely shopped their pieces at full prices because I think they're so good and so useful. They'll last you long enough, so it's worthwhile investment. However, there are always options for you to get these things on sale. There are outlets you could shop with, and these items are also found in some department stores. And again, these department stores do put these items on sale. So I would definitely recommend you looking into the Polo line of Ralph Lauren. Now, when it comes to Ralph Lauren, this one is definitely targeted towards the more corporate type, professional, definitely work style. However, you can always find some semi-casual type pieces there, but definitely look into them. They're a little bit more affordable than the Polo line, and of course the other lines of Ralph Lauren being a luxury fashion house. But Ralph Lauren does have some really good pieces if you're just willing to step up from those ultra fast fashion brands. And they're easily accessible in department stores. You can even find a few things online, but definitely look into this brand if that's what you're looking for. Speaking of department stores, the next brand is one I discovered in a department store, and it had such a polished, tailored, luxe kind of look to it that I thought it was a luxury design house. However, Theory is considered a mid-range brand. Think of an essence of Prada, but within mid-range pricing, and I've grown to love them. They tailor, or cater rather, more to the corporate type professional look. However, they also have a lot of casual pieces, semi-casual pieces. This is definitely specific to me, a little bit niche, but a lot of their items are wrinkle resistant, and that's very important to me, so I don't have to worry about steaming them or ironing them. These are easy grab and go items for the working professional who just wants to get in and out the door. Next up is an uber favorite of mine, which is Madewell. Not a week goes by and I don't go into a Madewell Madewell store, and I just discovered that they've been around since 1937. They started out as a workwear brand, but eventually they were taken over by the J. Crew conglomerate in 2006, and the vibe shifted to a more relaxed vintage casual type style, but they still had a lot of pieces that were useful for professional type wear. In my opinion, I think this is more for those who have a relaxed type of profession, but still you want to look put together, you want to look polished. You're definitely going to find it at Madewell. This is where you're going to find great jeans. Second to Levi's, Madewell is the place I go to get my jeans, and I love that they have a sustainable program. Every year they have a promotion where you can bring in your old jeans, swap them out for store credits. It doesn't even have to be a Madewell jeans. You bring them your old jeans that you want to get rid of, get your store credit, get your new Madewell jeans, and you're on your way. And they take care of the recycling for you. You don't have to worry about that. You could just go off looking good. I also want to talk about their loungewear. I think we overlook just being at home and feeling better in our clothing as something that helps improve us overall. And when I decided that I wasn't just going to wear old tees, old jeans, ripped stuff that I had before as my loungewear at home, Madewell is a place I went to get my lounge sets. Definitely affordable pricing, but great quality, soft in the skin. I could spend the rest of the video talking about Madewell. Just find yourself there. You're going to enjoy it, trust me. Next up is Aritzia, which honestly used to be a little bit hit or miss for me, but I would still recommend them to anybody who is trying to make that step up from Fashion Nova, from SHEIN. It makes the transition a little bit easier. Now, Aritzia I still consider to be somewhat fast fashion, but they're a little bit more intentional in the curation of their items, as well as the overall or end piece that they do put up for sale. So I often thought, or before I started to shop with them, I thought they were more for teenagers. You know, I saw all the little cute tops, the little cute bottoms, and I was like, definitely, it's not for me. But when I did go into the store, because I'm blessed to live in New York City, I saw so many different pieces from Aritzia that I've fallen in love with. My favorites from them so far include this dress I got from Babaton. I've worn this to so many different events. I've worn it to Beyonce concert. I've worn it to a work Christmas event. I've worn this to church with a cute little jacket and some tights, and I love versatility of wear when it comes to my pieces. And it was from this purchase that I learned they were size inclusive and curve friendly, which is very important to me. Next purchase from them that won me over is their effortless pants. This was all the rave very recently, and for good reason. As much as it's synthetic fabric, it's well constructed, it's comfortable to wear, and I would tell anyone to get these pair of pants. They don't go on sale, or trousers if you want to call them that. They do not go on sale often, but when they are, please snatch them up. You will not regret it. I'm wearing an Aritzia top. I wore one in a previous video. I bought a pair of jeans from them. I can't talk enough about Aritzia. I love their Babaton line. I love their Denim Forum line. Trust me, you're gonna have a field day at Aritzia. Anything you can think of to elevate your wardrobe, definitely consider Aritzia. And also, it's very popular. It's a popular brand. You'll enjoy getting in on the popularity. The remainder of these brands in stores, I'm gonna call honorable mentions because I'm not 100% sold on them anymore. But at that time, at that stage of my life, they really did come through for me. They really saved my life and elevated the way I thought about the quality of fashion I would have in my collection. White House Black Market is one that is very underrated. This is a Canadian brand, and like Aritzia, I kind of thought it wasn't for me. I thought it was more for a mature type of consumer. But when I did enter the store again, I found a lot of pieces that I truly loved, and their prices are very much accessible. They also have great sales. I got this pair of bell-bottom jeans from them, which I love and I live in. This is one of my favorite sweaters. But overall, for me personally, I'm stepping away from them because I'm finding more and more synthetic fabrics that their pieces are constructed of, and I am personally moving away from that. I've already experienced it. I love it. I still have these items in my collection. But if this is where you are and this is what you want, if that's not a deal breaker for you, I would encourage you to visit White House Black Market. Also, do not sleep on department stores. My mainstay right now are department stores. Not a week goes by and you do not find me in a Bloomingdale's, in a Neiman Marcus, in a Saks off Fifth Avenue, Nordstrom Rack, Macy's. You are missing out on so many great pieces of clothing by not shopping at department stores in their sale section. There's so many items from even luxe brands that are so heavily discounted that you would be missing out on so much by not just exercising some patience, taking some time to go through the racks. This is where you're going to find some of the best deals on amazing clothing that's going to last you for a long time. And finally, when it comes to clothing, good quality pieces, even designer labels, do not be afraid to shop pre-loved. You can find pre-loved fashion that's not even being worn. Those with tags. I found so many pieces on pre-loved websites, and I've not only shopped on pre-loved websites, I've sold some of my items on pre-loved websites. So do not sleep on these pre-loved places like Poshmark, ThredUp, Vesture Collective. You are missing out on a lot. I got a pair of never worn Valentino Gabbani wool trousers on on a pre-loved website for under $200, tag still included. I loved it to no ends. I've yet to seen it since I left it at a laundromat one day, but that's to show you how great quality and how desirable of pieces you can get on pre-loved websites. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling. Where do you shop? Where's your step up above fast fashion? Until my next video, stay fashionably well and in good health.